to the Lcl Radio Show. I am your host, Latasha. Watch out now. The Lcl Show. It's the Lcl Show. It's the Lcl Show. Watch out now. It's the Lcl Show. It's the Lcl Show. It's the Lcl Show. Watch out now. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. Security. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. Security. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Security. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Security. Watch out now. It's your girl Latasha with the LCL Show. And that's right, y'all. We coming through the roof. Security. So listen, we have an awesome show tonight. I have a wonderful special guest in the building. All my guests are wonderful. All my guests are special. All my guests are already celebrities. Watch out now. Yes, we're going to speak this thing into existence because we matter and we can do that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor. Go ahead and like and share this live. Hopefully my camera works good for me today. I got a brand new camera. No, don't judge me. But the last time it died on me, so my husband says charge. He gone again, left me on my own, so I got to figure it out. Watch out now. So do me a favor, you guys, those of you who are watching, go ahead and share this live because we have a phenomenal guest, Miss Carine, in the building tonight, who's going to share some phenomenal information, pretty much everyday things that we go through or that we know someone who is going through some of these things. So you will want to share this live because if it's not for you, it may be for someone that you may know. So watch out now. And listen, you guys, I don't incorporate me a watch out now news episode. So make sure y'all tune in. I'm figuring this whole thing out. You know, I'm doing my own production. I'm doing everything. So y'all stay tuned. Watch, like, and share. Secure. Oh, because I thought somebody said something. Watch out now. So yes, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and without further ado, I'm going to bring on my wonderful guest because actually I have a lot of questions that I've been researching and want to ask myself. So this is a very good episode, especially like I said, you know, people are dealing with mental health, anxiety, relationship, depression, like things that people don't talk about because sometimes the battle is internal. And that's a lot of people don't talk about it. But this is the platform. The LCL Show is where it's a no judgment zone. You come on here, you have a good time, and you gotta watch out now. Watch out now. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Miss Carine on, you guys. Watch out now. And listen, we have a Q&A, so do not forget, drop those comments. Hey, my love.
Hey, Latasha, how are you?
All is definitely well. Nice seeing you.
Good to see you as well. You look great.
Thank you so much. Likewise. So listen, I was just telling the guests, I was kind of giving them a little bit of the background. You were listening though, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay, awesome. And I was just basically letting them know that tonight, like if they have any questions, they could drop it in the comments or anything. But I wanted you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Who am I? Man, I'm doing so much right now. Basically, my name is Carine. I am a mental health therapist. I'm from Haiti. I was born in Haiti. I grew up here. I went to school here. I have my bachelor's in psychology as well as my master's in social work. Very excited. I've been working with, the Haitian population, African-American population, providing mental health services. I'm also, Triple B certified. I work with a lot of parents, teaching them how to have better relationship with their children. I'm also faith-based. I do a lot in the Christian community where I do a lot of outreach, pretty much faith and therapy, because I'm big on that. You can pray about that. So I'm big on that. So that's what I've been doing. I recently opened my practice and I'm very excited about that, just to serve, my community or anywhere, whatever I can do. And that's what brought me here today. So just to talk about something I'm passionate about. Mental health and the church.
Security. Oh, because I thought somebody said something. So look, you guys, I want to give you a little bit of more of Carine that she sent me. And when you sent me this information, I was like, wow, she's a beast. And I want to meet this beast. Some people be scared of the beast, but I want to meet the beast. Watch out. And I mean that in a good way. So, but anyways, Carine is a mental health counselor, as she mentioned, and certified life coach with over 10 years of experience.
Yes. I may look young, and I'm a proud graduate of the Florida A&M University. Almost forgot that one.
Security. So you also are bilingual in Creole and Haitian. You graduated, like you said, from Florida, but in agriculture and mechanical university with a master's degrees in social work.
Yes.
Wow. You are definitely a beast. What? Y'all better watch out now. Oh.
Thank you so much.
I thought somebody said something, girl. I was like, she can do all things. I wonder if she can read minds. Security.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. That's the gift that's coming. Okay. Watch out now. So you're also a master trainer in public speaking who has successfully helped clients in private center and social service agencies to handle life challenges. That is one of the biggest things nowadays, silent and unsilent, for the rich, poor, the ugly, the strong, the weak. Everybody has their mental battle. So I want to go ahead and get into it. So you speak 2 different languages. You don't speak Spanish.
No, I don't. I wish, just maybe sometimes, but no, I'm not that good. But Creole is mine.
Strong point. So you're bilingual, which is a big step. So you're able to reach the masses versus you're not boxed in.
Right. Absolutely.
Awesome. So now I want to know what motivated you to start this business, to say, I want to be a counselor, a life coach at that, because you're a life coach as well.
Well, just when I grew up, growing up in the Haitian community, it was never really talked about. So that's one thing that kind of drive me understanding people. When I started going to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, I went to PBSC or PBCC at the time. The first 2 years I worked at the school. So I realized I really loved helping people. I didn't know what I wanted to help them with. And when psychology was introduced to me, I was like, oh, this is great. That's something I can do. I can listen to people, help them process their feelings, and get paid for it.
So that part. Watch out now.
Right. And, bring everything you do, you want to bring it back home, which is the community that you grew up with, understanding people better with everything. Just like I talked about faith and therapy, you can pray about it and still go to therapy. So that's one of those things that really brought me into counseling.
Wow. And when you say pray about it and go to therapy, sometimes our therapy be like our best friend, a family member. But at the end of the day, like, what happens when that person is going through their own things? And what happens when they're not available, when you need them to be available? Like, what type of advice would you give on something like that? I'm asking for myself.
So you're saying if they're going to therapy and their therapist is not available, or can you?
Meaning like their best friend, like when they don't have nobody to turn to, like how do they cope with themselves, basically their internal selves?
Well, and that's the thing with coping skills. You need to know what brings you joy, what makes you happy. Just like you say, if my friend is not available right now, can I go to the beach and listen to the sound of the waves? Can I pray about it? I mean, I do understand your faith has a lot to do with the way you do things. So whether it's reading your Bible. So when you go into therapy, one thing we always ask our clients is, what works for you? What are the things that brings you joy? What are the things that you do? Who are your support system? Maybe this friend is not available, but is grandma available? Is uncle, somebody available just for you to process your feelings? The important thing is building that community around you where you're self-sufficient and still have people you can rely on as you are dealing with your problems.
Right. Awesome. So tell us about a time that you had an angry client and how you handled it.
Well, angry client, you'll get that a lot because a lot of the time people don't know what therapy is. So we are trained to understand taking yourself out and it's all about the client. The client can be angry, but something called displacement. People are sometimes angry. They're not really angry at you, but because of what happened, you just happen to be, the punching bag for them. So it's understanding, Miss Latasha, I understand that you are here. I'm here to help you. Let me know what I can do to help you. This is all about you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you process whatever you have going on. And, helping the person understand the anger. How do you process the anger and not take it on other people? But as a therapist, you are trying to understand a lot of the time the client does something, it has nothing to do with you at all.
So it's not personal, and that's what I kind of like use that a lot when you deal with people who you don't even know most of the time. It could be in traffic,
right,
the gas station, the grocery store, out in public. It does not matter. You could just run into that person, like you say. You aren't the target. You just happen to be right there. And a lot of times, instead of lending a loving hand and trying to understand that this person might be going through something, not to take it personal, sometimes we tend to latch back out at them. Like, what do you think that comes from?
Just like I said, it's something, especially customer service. A lot of those people, they overwork, they're underpaid. They also have people at home that's giving them problems. The world is against them. So for someone like that doesn't know how to process their feelings, or do I need to take a deep breath? Do I ask a break? Not that it's always welcome, but hey, I'm about to blow up right now. Can my stress ball I have with me all the time? When I'm nervous. So I bring her with me everywhere. But it's all about
it's human. It's called being a human,
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that, when you reached out to me, you were saying, I got a book and this, that, the third. So when I read up on you and I went to your website and I seen how wonderful it is, you guys, and her website is at the bottom. Strolling at the bottom. So feel free to go on, take a look, purchase whatever it is that you need, because you won't see something that you can use. That I know. So watch out now. And I was just like, wow, she's so much more than this, the book approach that when you approach me. So I even took the pleasure of, because you sent me the ebook. Thank you so much. So there's the ebook on the book that we're talking about. We're going to share with you guys shortly, but I've seen so many other things that you are so well at, and that you have actually a professional degree in, a bachelor's degree at that. So you're one degree away from your master's?
No, I do have my master's. I'm working on my licensure now. I just got to take my state.
Watch out now. Don't come for you. Oh, I do have my master's. Sorry if I didn't mention that, but watch out now. Next. Oh, okay. I thought somebody said. Okay, watch out now. So, okay, now I have a few more questions for you, and then I want to go ahead and talk about the book, because the book is, for the people who can't reach you, for the masses that you can't, apply your time to, the book would be self-sufficient for them, right?
Yes, it is a self-help book. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, see? Watch out now. All right, you guys, so I'm about to ask the questions. Make sure you like and share this live. This is the Lcl Show, and I am your host, Latasha. Watch out now. We're gonna be on a bigger set soon. Right now I'm in my living room. It's all good. You got to start somewhere. You can't make no excuses. Watch out now. Now, I want to ask you a question. What would you consider to be the leading cause of mental health issues today? Like, what's the leading cause?
Ooh, definitely the pandemic.
Really?
Definitely. I'm telling you, yes, everybody's anxious. Like, our practice literally went double during the pandemic.
Wow.
I think we all have collective trauma for the first time, at least since I've been born. We can all relate to it. We've all been affected, whether it's positive or negative. We've all been together. PTSD is very high right now. So,
on top of everything else you was dealing with way before this unexpected overnight, no warning sign pandemic happened. Now you got to take on what you already been dealing with, plus the pandemic part of it.
Yes.
Wow. So you say your business doubled in numbers because of what's going on.
Yes, definitely.
Due to COVID. Watch out now. Oh my goodness. I mean, I can only imagine, some people, lost jobs and family members. I mean, what is that like hearing these stories?
Yeah, it's really sad to hear, but like we said, we are trained to help people. Domestic violence as well is at all-time high because people are stuck in the house together. And like shelters may not be as open, so it's a lot, and parents have to deal with being a parent, being a teacher, being pretty much everything, and little ones are watching, big ones are watching the little ones, kids are being affected by schooling, so it's a lot of things happening. And that's what we are trying to let people understand. Give yourself time, understand what's going on, talk to your family members, reach out for help. Telehealth is, I love that now because now you can get your therapy anywhere. Just doing this show live, that's pretty much a therapy session because wherever you are, you can see your therapist or your coach. So we have help available to you, but you just have to go look for it.
That part, faith without works is dead. And that's what I understand. Like, the help is out there, but then there's a thing that, for the people who can't afford it financially due to the job loss, due to everything else that they're going, maybe a spouse or somebody, due to COVID has passed and finances aren't the same. So it's a lot of different, struggles that people go through. And that's why I appreciate you. And I thank you so much kindly from my heart from even coming on here and having the courage to share this type of wisdom, because I don't think I ever had like a psychologist on my show. So you are the first that I'm aware of. So
thank you so much.
If I'm lying, I'm sorry, but this is the first. I have no problem with saying I'm sorry, but this is the first time that I feel in my heart that I know that, as far as I can remember, I had a psychologist on here. And this right now, this is what a lot of people need, and this would have been the live that people think they don't need to tune into, but they need to tune into because of the knowledge that you're going to share of these everyday internal battles that we go through, Absolutely. So now, what methods do you use with your clients to help them avoid secondary trauma?
A lot of, we use mindfulness, normalizing what happened, because one thing about therapy, it's like going to the doctor. If you're saying it hurts, the doctor is going to ask you where is it hurting? So we have to be honest with ourselves that if you are here, what do you want? What happened? What's bringing you here? What's hurting you? Is it the divorce? Is it the kids? Is it the job? So you want to make sure you identify what's hurting, so we know what do we need to do. I'm training EMDR, which is it's a trauma therapy, as well as mindfulness. That's also something that helps you stay in the present. So we have a lot of different modalities. The moment we know exactly what you have going on, what you need help with, then we know exactly what type of modalities we'll be using, whether it's cognitive behavioral therapy, which is CBT, parenting as well. Do you need help with your parenting? Do you need help with communication style with your children, with your spouse? So there's a lot of different modalities out there, but one thing we always like to find out is what's hurting, so we know exactly what do we need to use.
Where to put the Band-Aid at.
Exactly. Absolutely.
What prescription to prescribe.
That's listen to self.
Watch out now. So I'm going to get one more question. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to ask one more question before we go on to the news break. And then when we come back from the news break, I actually want to talk about the book, because we could squeeze in as many questions and everything that we have tonight. But I know that this is a process and it needs to be explained. And that's where the book comes in at. So, for the people who can't reach you or can't make it, or all who are watching from different places rather than Florida, who can't probably see you in person, do you offer virtual interviews?
Absolutely. Right now, everything is virtual. We haven't seen anybody. Yes. I haven't seen anybody face to face for about a year now, going on a year.
So is it the same though? Like, is it the same, the virtual? Like, what's the difference to you, being that you've been doing this for so long?
Listen, the virtual is so much better. I'm just being honest. because I work with a lot of women, and women, we are doing so many things. So imagine you're just in your car, you just, I got to see my therapist right there in their car. Of course, we want to make sure everything is confidential, but because of the population that I work with, I know a lot of my colleagues that work with kids, it's different because, kids, they like to be, touching and everything, but working with adults, especially women, it's so much easier for them. Like, therapy has never been easier to see a therapist. That's like, I've never seen anything. I'm wondering if I'm ever going back in person.
Oh my God, I know. When I started doing the show, I was like, hold on.
Right.
You ain't got to waste no gas. You ain't got to try to be nowhere in traffic, rushing to get that girl, because that was me. That was me. Girl, I showed up 2 minutes before the show started. Watch out.
Driving around town. Yes, it's so convenient.
This is so much better. I'm with you when you write on that. Watch out now. I'm so with you when you write on that.
Absolutely.
Guys, we are going to go. Thank you so much, Carine. We are going to go on a news break. Watch out now. That's the name of the news break. I wasn't saying that. Just and when we come back, we're gonna talk more with Carine and about a lot of the mental health and anxiety and things that she deals with on a daily basis, and also about this book that she has out to where you can also purchase it yourself and, have a good outcome as if you were speaking with her. Because I ran through the book, so I know what's in there. Watch out now. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and go on this break. Carine, I'm going to mute your mic and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yell if you need me now. Yell if you need me. All right?
Okay.
So watch out now, you guys. As you can see, hold on, I'm gonna move you real quick. As you can see, you guys, I have news coming up. Listen, I just woke up to something that was very devastating. Yes, Miss Nicki Minaj, you guys, her father was involved in a fatal hit and run accident. And I got the article and I was like, oh my God, I have to bring this on. So the 64-year-old father of rapper Nicki Minaj has died after being struck by a hit and run driver in New York. Police said. Robert Mirage, y'all know I'm not good with names, so don't come for me. So watch out now. But Robert Mirage was walking along a road on Long Island at 6:15 p.m. Friday when he was hit by a car and kept going. The Nassau County Police said Mirage was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead Saturday. Police are asking any witnesses of the fatal crash to come forward. Minaj, 38, which is Nicki, was born Onika Tanya Mirage in Trinidad and was raised in New York City of Queens. She has not made any public statements about her father's death. An email seeking comment was sent to a representative of Nicki, but we have still yet to have any feedback on that. So you guys, those of you who are Nicki Minaj fans, keep her up in prayers because her dad was struck by a car, and from my understanding, they had a good relationship. So, just keep her up in prayers because even celebrities need love. Matter of fact, they need the most love and the most prayers. So watch out now. Now, this next story is so, I was like, how, who, what, when, why, where? Like, this is a young man that I'm going to go ahead and post up in a little bit, that two women met on a dating site, and I'm going to tell y'all what he did. Let me go ahead and put this up. Yes, you guys, this is Joseph Davis. He is wanted on a felony charge of grand theft. I know you're asking like, so what? What about grand theft? But I'm going to tell you guys, deputies are looking for Mr. Davis, actually a Florida man who is accused of selling an engagement ring from a woman he was dating and giving it to another woman he was dating. Joseph Davis is 48. He is wanted by authorities on a felony charge of grand theft. Investigators said David stole the engagement ring and wedding bands from the jewelry box of his girlfriend in Orange County and used them to propose to his girlfriend in Orlando. Investigators said David went by Joe Brown with one girl and Marcus Brown with another girl. So y'all make sure y'all look out for Mr. Joe and Mr. Marcus, okay? An official said Davis met both women on an online dating site called OkCupid. Watch out now. And they met him in 2015 and 2016. So if this just happened, this man been had these relationships on for years. We're in 2021. And the two women involved in the cases have now teamed up and helped detectives identify David, who is still on the run, by the way. So watch out now. That's all I got to say about that. And thank you so much for Watch Out Now News. We're going to bring back on Miss Carine. How you doing, beautiful? Unmute your mic. There we go. Thank you for being so patient. Had to get that out the way. Now, we're going to talk about this book. And before we talk about the book, I'm just going to post a picture of the book up so everybody could see. Matter of fact, let me bring it down. There you go. So this is the book. Actually, no, this is not the book. This is the planner. Girl, you got it going on. This is the book, Seeking to Self-Care. So, Karina, tell us a little bit about this book and what motivated you to write it.
Well, and that was another thing I was so proud of myself. I was able to do during the pandemic. It was kind of going back to something I've always loved, which was writing. So when I started with the pandemic, that was my way of coping. I love journaling. That's my way of expressing my feelings. I don't have to, worry about what so-and-so is going to say. I'm able to write down everything I feel. So I kind of went back to my first love, which was writing. I've been going for so long. When you go to school, the last thing you want to see is a book. So I just, threw everything, like when you're done with school, like, you don't want to see a textbook. You sold everything. So, along the way, I lost my way of reading and writing. So when the pandemic happened, one thing I did was, it kind of like the country's like, it's on pause. Like you have really not much to do but to reflect. So as I was thinking about self-care, that's something I really love, and I incorporate that in my practice, is teaching people or reminding people how to take care of themselves. One thing about self-care, people usually think you have to spend.
So people forget to take care of themselves?
Absolutely, yes. Especially like I work with women, mothers, so it's it's all about the kids. It's all about the husbands. A lot of people had to put their goals or dreams on hold just because of, they have to take care of other people. So because of what I do, I realized that self-care is important. And the more it's out there, the more we're teaching people the importance of taking care of yourself. And you don't need to have money. You don't have to get your nails done. Like going shopping. It's not always about money. So I wanted to do something differently to teach or be out there and talk about what is self-care. Like you can still buy the big house. You can still look good, but you still feel empty inside. So for me, it's doing the inner work. You have to make sure that what makes me happy? What is my love language? How do I tell people no? How do I stick to my boundaries? If I'm a minister, how do I take care of myself? If I'm a mother, how do I take care of myself? If I'm a father, if I'm a man, if I'm married, if I'm single. So these are the type of chapters that I went in and talked about just to teach people. It doesn't matter what your title is. I'm a caregiver. A lot of the time caregivers tends to die before the person they're taking care of because it's burnout going on. So, so that was one of my way of kind of going back. Usually people go into therapy because they are hurt. Somebody hurt them. So how do you learn to discipline your disappointment? When you are waiting on something, what type of self-care activities can you do? What type of books can you read? How do you reach out and take care of yourself? And, because of this pandemic, like we talked about, self-care is important. You have to take care of yourself, protecting your energy. Watching the news has a lot to do with your mood. So if you're watching the news,
let's talk about that. Like, how do you feel about that? I'm not a TV watcher like that myself, and definitely not the news. Like, but a lot of people who do watch it do not realize how big of a day that plays in their day, in their everyday life, especially if that's the first thing you do when you get up and you don't even bust a prayer. You just bust the news.
Absolutely. Yes. And, I can so relate on that. When I was in college, I used to work at the bank. And, if you worked at the bank, all you watch is news all day. So I used to be so moody. I never understood that until a friend of mine brought that to my attention. And, I was so consumed with the news, I would go home and watch CNN.
Oh, wow.
All day.
Your mind unconsciously.
Yeah, it was just in my mind. Mind you, I was a college student and, you got a lot going on already. So it has a lot to do with your mood. Now, I'm all about staying informed. I think that's important, knowing what's going on around you. But if you're watching it 24/7 and you're watching people dying all day during the pandemic, the election just went by. Lord Jesus, we know what happened during this election. So all these things have a lot to do with the way you think. You want to start, like you said, why not grab like a journal? Why not start with prayer? Why not start with something positive to set the day up for you? And that's free. That's free self-care. It don't cost you to do.
Free. I promise you, it won't cost you a dime to invest in your mental health, to bust a prayer, to just call out the things that you want for the day. And when I started doing this, believe it or not, and I'm just be honest. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Marika. We have some people watching. Hey, husband. Hey, Silver. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Lcl Show with my wonderful guest, Carine. And I'm just so deep into it, I forgot to give the shout out. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. But yes, we forget to do that. And then I noticed that when I even started doing that, just calling out the things, how I want my day to go. I just want to call out how I want my day to go, how I want to be with everybody who I come in contact with. When I first started doing that, Carine, and this is the God, the honest truth, I didn't even know what I wanted for the day because I have been so consumed by the world for so many years. I have been, I already have my mental state, whatever happened, But once I learned the power of me, on how I can control my days and not let other people's energy, attitudes, or whatever it is dictate how I'm going to control my day. No circumstance, no none of that. Once I learned how to do that, because it's a learning process, you have to unlearn some things that in your life, you have to unlearn some things to gain the knowledge that you need to get where you're gonna go. Yeah, calling out those things, how I want my day to go. Listen, wake up. Listen, within me, I know there's something within me. I know it's a force. I know it's a power that I have. This is how I want my day to go. I want to knit my heart together with whoever I come in contact with. Whoever. It don't even matter. It don't matter about face, appearance, smells, looks. It don't matter about any of that. Just knit our hearts together because I want to connect with their inner person. Not with the flesh. I don't did that for so many years. So when you talk about self-care, it's mental, It's mental. People go through those things. And I also mentioned that you were going to, how do you deal with trauma situations? Like people who are traumatized by an event or something that happened in their lives. How do you deal with that?
It's a lot of support, acknowledging. I think that's something I talk about in the book. It's more like, let's not dismiss people's emotions. Let's normalize crying. I know, hey, I'm Haitian, a lot of the time they say, oh, so-and-so wouldn't want you to cry. Listen, if somebody I love die, let me cry. I don't need to, whatever. There's nothing wrong with
you. To be a robot.
Right. Exactly. Or girl, you'll be all right. Just pray about it. So I think a lot of the time with trauma, people feel like they are not, it's not normalized. It's okay to cry about something that happened to you. And that's how you can learn to forgive yourself or forgive people that have done things to you. You want to make sure that it happened. You have to, hey, this happened to me. You've hurt my feelings. What you said to me hurt me. And because of what happened, that's how I was able to, the way my life got set up, because a lot of the time our past experiences has to do with the way we conduct our life later on. So you want to make sure you want to learn how to deal with what happened to you, whether it's sexual trauma or, somebody that have hurt you in the past, or secondary trauma, all these things. It has to be acknowledged so we know exactly how do we move forward, as far as, do we need to forgive people? Do we need to forgive ourselves? Do we need to learn to do a lot of those things? Yes.
Oh my God, you are so amazing. And that is why it's important to forgive, because see, in me at one point, I thought forgiveness was for the other person to gain me back, because I was in their life.
Right.
But girl, was I far from the truth. I was so far from the truth. Oh my goodness, Carine, I was far from the truth. Let me tell you, forgiveness is for your inner peace, for your sake, for your well-being. It has absolutely really nothing to do with the other person. They're going to go to sleep, chew up, going to fart the next day like ain't nothing happened anyways. So forgiveness is for yourself. And another thing, what you were saying, how you were saying like somebody hurt me, and, just bringing that forward to just speaking it and getting it out, One of the things that I've also learned is that you don't even have to accept other people's energy, other people's feelings, or this, and that. You don't have to accept that they hurt you. That's something that you choose to accept. And this is something that that I've learned along my journey. Like, I don't have to accept that. Just say, for example, you walking, right? On the street, you just walking, and somebody say, "Hey, stupid." Right? And this is what I got from what's his name? I forgot his name. Dr. Wayne Dyer. This is what I got from him, and it made such good sense. He said, somebody say, "Hey, stupid," and you turn around. What, like? So that's your name? You stupid? Right. You don't have to accept that. You're not talking to me.
Yeah. And that's a good one you brought up. You don't have to answer to everything. If it's up to you, I'm the oldest, and my mom always used to say, listen, you're the oldest, you're supposed to know better. If it's up to you to stop the argument, it stop with you. You don't have to prolong things. You don't have to answer to everything, and I think another thing with hurting is a lot of the time people understand that the people that hurt you cannot heal you. That's very important for people to understand. So if you're trying to move on, you want to make sure whoever hurts you, if you forgive them, but you want to stay away from that environment. People are not always going to apologize when they do something.
I need to turn the volume up for the people in the back. Watch out now. Hold on.
Right. And I think that's the number one thing, the anger issues. You're walking around with anger, but they may never apologize. To them, whatever they did, it wasn't a problem. So you want to make sure you're understand that those people, the people that have hurt you in the past, or whoever is hurting you right now, they cannot heal you. You need to find your own healing. That's very important.
Girl, I got to bring you on the walk, honey, because this is exactly what's going to be talked about. And like you say, you don't have to accept that. Why? Because in the beginning, if you caught the beginning of this interview, Carine had already said that people who hurt people or hurt people themselves. You don't know what they're dealing with or how they grew up. It don't have to be nothing in the natural that you can see. You can see if somebody is less fortunate in money by looking at them and seeing them on the street. But you don't know who they are as a person. Don't use the outside appearance to dictate people. People hurt, dress up nice and pretty and put on makeup, wear wigs and do all that stuff too. People hurt people. Yep. So of course you're not looking for an apology. Of course you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be looking for anything. Send that person love and goodwill. And as Carine just said earlier, sending somebody love and goodwill and forgiving them don't mean that you have to put yourself back in the same environment. Absolutely. Watch out now. So with the book, and I'm going to go ahead and put that up again just in case you just tuned in, you guys. This is the book, and it's called Seeing to Self-Care. And she also have a planner. So in this planner, what do you suggest that they do?
So I'm one of those, people, you tell people, not tell people what to do. Usually people know what to do, but they need help. They need the tools. So what I did is I created the planner. If you're reading the book, or even if you didn't read the book, it takes about 28 days to be consistent, if you're trying to create a habit. So a lot of the things on the planner has a lot of journal prompts, where we ask yourself, what is self-care to you? Like, what does that look like for you? So it's a planner that comes with that. Every day there are some affirmations on there because I'm doing affirmations. I'm beautiful. I can do this. I'm going to learn how to do this. Because whatever you tell your mind believes you. So you want to feed it with love, truth, understanding, gratitude, something you are grateful for. Your to-do list is part of that planner as well. And some notes, like, if you want to do, it's a way to create a routine for yourself. So that's what this planner comes with the book. It's kind of like the aftermath of the book. Okay, now that I've read about self-care, how do I take care of myself? So that's like the tool that comes with that.
And then like you could also give yourself chores and goals,
Yeah.
Today, if I come across this, just say you're dealing with an anger issue. Today, if I come across this, I, pledge within myself to handle it like this. Something that we learned out of the book, just for an example. I thank you so much for that knowledge, that wisdom and understanding. And I have some more questions when we come back, but we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Lcl Show with my wonderful guest, Carine. She has a wonderful background, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put her... Oh, it's already strolling at the bottom. So those of you who want to check out her website and also get the book, you also have the book in ebook, right?
The ebook, yes, it's available on the website. The shop page is actually cheaper, and it goes straight to your email right after you pay for it. So
wow, so you already did the homework for them. So all they got to do is click pay. That's it. Watch out now. So you guys, you do want to get that book. And I know people say, oh, I don't need this, I don't need that. Just do your mental thinking right now. You need it. Okay. And it's fine. I need it. It's fine. It's fine. Show me somebody who don't need it. Like they say in the Bible, he who have never sinned, cast the first stone. Please cast the first stone. I want to see who's going to cast the stone. Because we all need it. And we all been to that place that you were just talking about. We've all been there where we had to forgive or learn to forgive or still is trying to forgive, So send to get this journal and this book, you guys, is one way that you can invest in yourself. Consider it an investment. It's not, oh, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. It'll help you in the long run, and it'll do you more good than what you're going through right now. So that is facts from what I read.
Absolutely, yes.
I just want to make sure you wrote what I read.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute you real quick. We'll be right back. We're gonna go ahead and go on a commercial break, you guys. Listen, I'm navigating this thing behind the scenes. I'm running this thing. This is the Lcl Show. Watch out now. They're like, well, I can still see you. I can still see y'all too. I'm coming. Hold on. Let me get the commercial right. Watch out now. watch out now. I am your host, Latasha. Welcome back to the LCL Show. I'm going to bring Miss Carine back on. This is my wonderful guest tonight. Hey, Carine.
Hey, Tasha.
So before we started the show, I was like, so your name, how you pronounce your name? Carine? She talk about, no, Carine. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why we want to remix people's names. Listen,
and what did I say? What did I say?
You was like, oh, people always call me that all the time, so it doesn't matter. You could call me that. I was like, nah, I think I want to get this one right because it's easy. Sometimes I be like, so you don't got no nickname?
I do have a nickname, but not everybody know it.
Some people just names are just really difficult for me. I'm still dealing with dental work. Girl, before this live, I had to jump in front of the computer. I was like, oh, I still got my retainers in. Girl, I was going to be on here. Sounding like a whole hot mess, girl. Watch out now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the information back at the bottom about the book. And I know I said I have a few questions myself. Now, these are directly questions that I have for you, like, because I know how you say you deal with people, and dealing with people and hearing these things is like the news. You're what do you call it? You're absorbing their energy, their words, is going into you. So like, what do you do about your own mental health?
I have a great support system. I think for me is building that community where I know if I have somebody I can talk to. If I need some business advice, I have somebody I can call for that. If I need to go out or just to let my hair down, if I need to just take the day off, whatever it is. And I think that's one thing I'm very thankful for is the people I'm around, like positive people who are going somewhere, people that look like my future. So that's my way of self-caring. Of course, my faith, that's a big part of the way I care for myself, making sure, I'm plugged in to the word or, and I also have a book club that I go to with my, art ladies, love them. So I have my book club that I meet with some of the ladies as well. But it's building that village. Sometimes we look through that one person to meet all your needs. And I think that's the disservice that we do to ourselves. So you want to identify the people in your life that are good at things and plug in with that. If this person is good at giving you advice, use them for that. If this person is good at, hey, you need to go out, I got you, girl. Use them for that. So you want to have different type of people in your life that can build you up so you can be whole.
And I believe in categorizing, not like putting people in boxes, and I'm definitely not saying that. That's far from the truth, because I love people, like genuinely, like just love them. And I get asked that a lot, like, how could you love somebody you don't even know them? Just like it's easy for you to get on somebody live and hate on them, and you ain't even really know the person, Yeah. So love works the same way, but it's stronger, and you get better results out of it. A lot of people should try it. Watch out now. But yes, and I asked you that because, like I said, you absorb a lot of information and you have to be a good listener. But at the end of the day, who do you go to? Who do you turn to? And that support system, and getting friends that are good in good areas, gift them, use them in a gift, or utilize them. I don't like to use the word use, but utilize them in a gift that they are good in. Like, you wouldn't go to your doctor friend talking about, how to fix a car. You want to ask the doctor how to fix a car. Talk to and utilize that friend on an area that is going to benefit you, number one, and that they're already good in, and that they have the knowledge that you are looking for in already. So, so when people say they don't need people, we all need somebody.
We all do. It's usually coming from somewhere negative. Like, you've had a bad experience. We've all had a bad experience when it comes to friendship. Yeah. One thing I always say, if you pray to God for godly friendship, He will send those people to you. I'm one of those. I can testify for that. Like the notion, I don't need nobody.
Remove the ones that ain't for you.
Right. Remove them and add the new good people. So it's all about identifying the right people based on your past experiences. You need people. You need good people. But
that part. And like you say, you'll know a person by the company they keep. Just keep watching. You will know a person. Like, you got common sense, which I'm pretty sure we all do. Like, you will know a person. And it's okay to say this person isn't for me. It's okay to say that and be just done with that without judging and without finding all these fault findings. Just this is just not for me, period. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
That's it. When you go to the store and you go shopping, you a size this and you get a bigger size. This size isn't for you. It don't fit you, and that's fine. You
Perfect
leave it
example.
there for somebody else to grab that can use it. You know.
Perfect example.
But as you were saying, to have those people in your life, you also have to be that person in someone else's lives. You know.
Yes. Yes.
You
Don't
have
just
to.
give, pour out onto others, pay it forward. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And that is one of the most important things to me, because my mental health, because my peace that suppresses anything that any money, any whatever that somebody could put in front of me
I'm
is
with you on that.
more important than all of that.
Everything. Yep.
If I had $1 million, but then I can go to sleep peacefully, wake up humbly, have good energy, which one would I choose? Girl, being that I've experienced them both, I'm holding on to my peace like that gorilla glue. Watch out now.
Yes, that piece is important and it's free. That's that's one of those things we talked about. Like, it don't cost you. It just, like, once you find it, like, you'll do anything to hold on to it. Everything.
And there's something in the Bible, not even to go biblical, but it talks about when you find this pearl that you will let go of everything else and keep this one thing. You think you want all this materialistic thing, this, that, the third. But when you actually find peace, you will give up all of that to hold on, protect, keep this piece. I'm telling you. Oh my God. It's like something you never experienced before, like genuinely.
Yeah. And I think that's what people don't understand. Like, when we talk about peace helps you think properly, clearer. You able to, you can process things better because, there's something in quietness. When you can't write a book, you can't do anything when it's chaotic. So that's why peace is important. If you're trying to meet this goal, you want to have peace around you. Trying to have this meeting right now, it's just me. No, everybody's out, because you need that space in your life where you can process what's going on with you. How do I study other people? How do I make the right decision? How do I, know if this person is right for me? What do I love about myself? So that's what peace brings. It's not just quietness. It's just what comes with the peace.
That part. Absolutely. And when I tell you it comes with some stuff that will really suppress your all your understanding, you think you know it all. You think you experienced it all.
Yeah.
But baby, when you have, girl, please watch out now. I could go on and on. But you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in, liking and sharing this live. Thank you to Carine for sharing your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Thank you for letting us pick your brain. I was hoping some people drop some questions, but we'll stay tuned. We'll keep an eye on the questions that maybe come later, because I get a lot of viewers who catch me a little later, who don't get to catch me live. So watch out now. But the self-care, let me see. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull it back up. Seeing to Self-Care book, you guys, is a must read. Why? Because I had the chance to flick through it when Carine sent it to me. And also Seeing to Self-Care planner, you guys, to write your thoughts down. Some people don't have somebody they could trust right now. And that's where prayer come in at, like Carine said, to manifest the right people in your life, and know them by the fruit that they bear, the conversations that they have. Don't settle. You deserve better. And that better is out there. That better, first of all, starts with you, and what better investment than it is to invest in yourself, to invest in the ebook, to buy a book, to get a book, to say, I want better for me 2021. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to keep having this attitude. I don't want to give people the same energy they give me. I don't want to match energy. And that's the new hype, I guess, I've been seeing right now. I match your energy, but it's all still keeping you in the same place. You're just wording it differently. You just going with the trend on how they utilizing to stay in drama, the ego type thing, So yeah, but that's one of the things that I also had to work on, and I got that from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He said ego stands for edging God out. Well, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and put God back in, because I see a lot of people. Amen. I see a lot of people say, "Oh, I love God. God is good, this and that." But God is love. He said, "Whatever you do to your brother, you do to me." A lot of people don't understand that. They feel like it's okay to love this person and hate this person. Well, even the scribes and the Pharisees did that. They loved it. They love who they want to love, gave who they wanted to give to, and all that stuff. That what separates you from them? God is love, 100% love. That means no judging, no holding grudges, no hating, unforgiveness, no jealousy. Like love is unconditional. Not that if love, what if love, or if they do this to me, or if they say that about me, I don't love them no more. No, that's not love, because love is unwavering. So that's very important, to look up that definition and actually start practicing it. And you will see a lot of things in your life changing. You will start attracting what you're seeking. Once you focus on love, you have no choice but to attract love, because you are what you seek. Out of your mouth, you speak life and death,
Yep.
And whatsoever a man thinketh, so is he. So got to be mindful of that. Those hateful thoughts you thinking about or hurting somebody else with is actually back on you, baby. That's on you, baby. So I just wanted to, say that. And Carine, what do you have? What advice do you want to leave the viewers with tonight?
Ooh, I feel like you just wrap things up, but advice.
I'll be right back, girl. Don't get this started.
It's like you just said. I think advice is to put yourself first. That's what the book is about, because or even in life in general, you want to put yourself first. And why is it important to put yourself first? You set the tone. You tell people how to love you. You have to know how to love yourself so you can tell other people how to love you. Your boundaries. How do I say no to people without feeling bad? So make sure you do whatever that's going to be best for you. We always say self-care is not selfish. Well, self-care is selfish because it's about me. You don't want to do it in a way that, oh, I don't care about that. But it's whatever makes you feel good, whatever brings you peace, whatever helps you process, whoever's around you that bring the best out of you. These are the people that you want around you. But make sure that you are serving yourself first. You're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. These are part of you, because whatever you pour into yourself, that's what you reflect back onto others.
Oh, you best be reaping and sowing. Reap and sow. It works every way you give it. It works. So, but thank you so much, Miss Carine. Thank you for your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I send you blessings, love, and goodwill. I wish you much love, health, and success on your journey, on your book, because this is not the first book you wrote, is it?
It is my first project, actually.
Yes. Oh, wow! Because I seen something else on the side. I don't know if it was a.
Yes, I did wrote that afterwards. I think they said once you start, you can't stop.
Oh, okay. So there is more goodies.
I have the coaching and the counseling, so I have everybody. My goal is whenever you go to the website, you find something for you.
That part. Watch out now, because one size don't fit all when it comes to that mental health. That part. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you. Thank you for reaching out to the LCL show. I was like, when Brenda came to me, I was like, little old me? Me? So thank you so much. We're running over time. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Carine, thank you so much. You can catch the information that she shared tonight, the book, everything, you guys, on her website, which is at the bottom. Feel free to check it out. Invest in yourself, like you do these wigs, these makeups, and these dudes, women, whatever. Invest in yourself. Like Carine said, you cannot pour out empty. You can't give out something if you're empty on the inside. So thank you so much, Carine.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. This is a small thing. This is a small thing. You guys are the star. You're the star. You're the focus. You're the celebrity. You are the multi-million-dollar author. I'm just speaking stuff, girl. Watch out now.
Appreciate it.
That part. Touching girl, it's gonna happen. So I thank you so much. And I'm gonna say good night.
Good night. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too, my love. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. That was a lot of dope knowledge. I appreciate Miss Carine. Make sure you guys go check out the book on her website, which is still floating at the bottom. Feel free to ask any questions that you may have. and she'll go back and review the the questions to the best of her knowledge. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I hope that this interview was very, very helpful, because it is dealing with the inside battle that nobody speaks about or nobody else can see but you yourself, and how important it is to, like Carine said, put yourself first and make yourself valuable, because you have to love others as you first love yourself. So how you reflect off to others is actually a reflection of yourself. So make sure you put that love in you guys, and that's what's going to come out to you. Feed your mind love, kindness, goodwill, forgiveness, help people, love on people. I read something the other day that says, to have all, give all, to all. And the first thing in my head that popped up was a selfish thought. Like, I'm going to give all what I got to anybody else. So then what that's going to leave me? There you go, back with the me. And I had to self-correct myself, like, to have all, give all, to all. And my camera just died, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I guess that's my cue. All right, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the LCL show. And watch out now. My camera be so petty. That is sad. Just going to cut off on me like that. I can't believe that. Well, I could believe it, but watch out now.
To the LCL Radio Show. I am your host, Latasha. Watch out now. The LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. Watch out now. It's the LCL Show.